mucha tristeza. Como...
Planet Coaster 2, e 1:19:21. Planet para sair do modo tela cheia, pressione 0246.
Boa tarde, galera. Boa noite, dependendo de como você está vendo esse vídeo. Estamos gravando esse aqui pela segunda ocasião. Comigo me acompanha, como sempre, a Maria, Natália, Gabilote. Como está, Nachi?
¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal?
Es la primera vez que te viendo en un evento.
Siempre hay una primera vez para todo, ¿no?
Sí. Hoy vamos a hablar de Planet Coaster. Planet Coaster é um jogo de parque de diversões de água. Nessa ocasião, Parque 2. O nome do jogo é Planet Coaster 2. E é focado justamente em parque de água. O primeiro foi focado primeiro em jogos de parques, mas não teve, e também zoológico, só que não teve parque de água ainda. Esse aqui é o primeiro de água. E como o Nath adoraria viver em um parque de diversão, né, Nath? Esse jogo vai ser lançado em uma semana. Vai ser lançado em uma semana o jogo, galera. Vai ser lançado em uma semana. Eu vou tentar traduzir o máximo que eu puder aqui. Uma distração como essa aqui. Não dá para poder falar, traduzir tudo, né, Nath? Mas vamos traduzir o melhor, né, Nath? Tu vai ajudar-me com a tradução para português?
Es que hablaste muy rápido, no entendí.
Tu vai tentar traduzir-me para português também alguma coisa, né?
En lo que pueda.
Mas tu sabe português mais que eu?
Ya, yo voy a saber.
E é a primeira vez que a Nath está acompanhando um evento, né? E essa ela não esperava ser invitada para um evento.
No, la verdad no. Fue
Es que yo iba a cerrar la llamada y no cerró la llamada.
exacto.
Y te mandé un
La dejé
audio en
abierta.
el Face avisando.
Ah, ok. Y yo no estaba cenando.
Jantando.
Jantando.
Vamos ver que vai contar aqui em 50 segundos. Nosso careca Pitbull. Pitbull da Frontier. Junto a Chantal na condução de hoje. E vamos ver também o trailer de lançamento do Planet Coaster. Começando agora. E a minha história tá ficando boa, hein, galera. Mas aproveito, galera, porque o ChatGPT vai estar pronto às 10 da noite comigo. Vou seguir escrevendo a história. Então aqui ligado em breve, tá? Pra vocês aqui a minha história inteira no canal. Quando virar jogo. Perdão. Nath, desculpa aí.
Puse en silencio el micrófono para no interrumpirlo.
Hello everyone and welcome to Frontier Unlocked, our week.
Ahí lo pongo en silencio así no lo interrumpo en su relato.
Games. I'm Arthur, one of the team here at Frontier, and the wonderful Chantal.
Hello.
So we have got a jam-packed show.
I feel like we say this every time.
I know, but we have. We've had so
E lembrando uma coisa sobre os
10
drops
jam-packed shows
e
so far. This is no
o
different. So we've got lots to talk about today.
sorteio
Obviously,
desse
wonderful Planet Coaster 2.
programa
Some wonderful guests on for that.
não
It's coming out in 7
vai
days.
ser aqui no canal.
7 days
Foi
this
no
game
canal
arrives.
deles no dia que
I can't
gravou
wait. It's very
esse
exciting. It's a
evento.
bit surreal.
Foi gravado
Being this close and being like
no
this time next week,
dia
we'll be playing it.
31
So we got some news on
e eu não
Planet Coaster 2,
estava
which is
aqui.
great.
Eu estava
You'll
fazendo
sit down
outras
with
coisas.
yourself.
I'll be
E hoje
sat.
estamos no
You'll be sat here
dia
with a seat and you'll be
3,
talking about Planet Zoo.
domingo, que eu tô
Yes.
gravando isso
For
aqui.
Zoo, right?
Yeah, Planet Zoo News.
Então, tô gravando isso aqui no
what else do we
domingo.
have?
Well, we
Depois
might have a
terminado
little visit
meu
from
médico,
young Zach.
100%.
I need to stop calling him young. He is young. He's the young. Well, no, you're the youngest now. Unlucky Zach. I'll be sitting down with old man Zach to talk a bit about
vou ver que o
Elite
Chantel
Dangerous. I say a bit.
e o
a
Careca
lot,
vão comentar
about
sobre
Elite
o
Dangerous.
Planet
But before
Coaster,
all of that starts, we've got to do
Elite
some housekeeping.
Dangers
So
e
we
entre
have got
outros jogos que a
Twitch
gente
Drops. Yes. So we have our lovely
tem
Twitch
para
drops
trazer.
here.
E lembrando,
Nocturnal Witch here.
começo de janeiro ou fevereiro vão trazer um novo Fórmula 1 Manager. Isso que vocês estão ouvindo. O Fórmula 1 Manager 25. Fiquem ligados aqui no canal. Entre fevereiro e janeiro. Em fevereiro eu estou trazendo o primeiro trailer do Fórmula 1 Manager 25. Fiquem ligados. Estou dando uma preview aqui antes de todo mundo.
And it's working. So the competition will work. And we have
deles
loads of
mesmo
stuff. We've got
fazerem.
a Planet Zoo press kit.
Até fevereiro sai o trailer.
Cool water bottle on it. We've got the standard water bottle. We've got a cap. We've got a beanie. We've
primeiro
got
trailer
a
do Fórmula 1
keyboard.
Manager
We've got
25.
a vinyl.
Por que o
We've
primeiro
got
trailer?
a Corsair
fevereiro
headset.
sai.
All this can be won
Porque o
later
Fórmula 1
on.
Manager 25 tem que ser lançado entre junho e julho desse ano.
Emotes?
2025.
Yes. So last month we showed a couple of the emotes. They are now all
Esses
available,
emojis,
so
galera,
everyone
não
can chat. If you feel like using any of them,
dá
we
para
have
fazer pelo
4
YouTube.
5 of
Mas na
them
Twitch, você
available
assinando
for you now.
Yeah,
a Twitch deles, assinando, você ganha esses emojis aí. Você escolhe o que você quiser desses emojis aí. Você escolhe os emojis que você quiser.
Yeah, we go. There's loads of yes.
E assim agora poderá ter isso aí para quando você comentar no chat. Vai aparecer um desses emojis que você escolher aí. Então, esse é o Twitch Drops deles. Siga eles também na Discord. Também.
Every single show. Chantel, is that all the housekeeping complete?
As far as I think, yeah.
Right, okay, cool. Right, we've got a lot to get through. So what we're going to do is to allow us to do the magic of transitioning people on and off the show. We're going to play you a trailer, which is the wonderful pre-order trailer for Planet Coaster 2.
Agora vamos mostrar o trailer de pre-order do Planet Coaster de água. Aonde a Nath vai morar um dia?
On the sofa.
Parque de água, né, Nath?
Roll that trailer, please.
Ai, Nath vai morar num parque de água. Não fica molestando. Eu de parque de água. Ai, meu Deus. É um jogo muito bom, muito gostoso de ver, né? Jogar, né? Mas jogar ele não gostaria não. Tem que ver o pessoal jogar, né? Sofrer com ele. Né? O bolinho dá muito detalhinho, pequenininho, plantinha, casinha. Construir tudo isso aí é complicado. Não sei qual é a engine que a franquia usa, se é Unreal Engine 5 ou outra engine. Eu ainda vou investigar isso aí depois. Eu vou precisar aqui justamente. Vamos terminar a live. Ainda na live, né? Que eu vou precisar. Eu acho que eles usam a Unreal Engine, porque a engine que eles usam é muito boa. E os personagens parecem mulheres reais e homens reais. E tão feitos que são, tão bem feitos que são. Não são bonequinhos. E são... E vai ter uma DLC dele já, quando for lançado, para o mês de fevereiro. E esse aí é o bônus de pré-order.
There we go. And as you can see, chat, wonderful trailer, but equally wonderfully, Chantel has materialised into two beings. Welcome back, you magnificent people. So I have the wonderful Rich and Adam back. So for those of you who
digo que esse jogo
on our
é uma evolução do anterior.
Well, yeah, I do try. Or on even the deep dive, can you introduce yourselves and let us know who you are?
Até eu gostaria também.
Hi everyone, I'm Rich Newbold. I'm the game director on Planet Coaster 2, and my job is to identify the features and the content in the game, what the game's going to be, and I work with the team to prioritize that and bring it to life
E eu
on
vou
the
lá,
creative side.
fico lá brincando no
I am
parque
Adam
da
Woods, I'm
montanha
senior
russa.
executive producer.
É de graça.
And whilst
É,
Rich
vocês
is
não.
the
Vocês
sort of
compram
what
e entram
and why
e
about the
pagam.
game,
E
I'm
eu
the
não.
how and when. How are we going to get it made and when are we going to do it for? And
Já moro dentro.
making sure the team have got all the things they
O
need
hotel da
to
Disney são muito
really,
caros, são mais de
express their
$500 por
expertise
dia.
and skills into the game and ultimately get it into the players' hands
In 7 days' time.
pretty soon.
I said at the start, it's pretty surreal. It must
eu vi
feel
que
weird
tem
now.
trial
like,
de 7
it's
dias que ele
this
falou
close,
que agora
right?
também.
This time next week is out, right? And people are playing it. So
Ajuda
you
muito
must be
também para quem
excited.
quiser jogar,
Those must
não
be
sei se no
terrified.
PC
Can't wait.
ou no
Absolutely,
console,
it's
esse
equal
trial.
things. I can't wait for it. It never gets old. I've done this quite a few times now in my career. I've been very lucky to be
Eu consegui
part of
pegar
many
aqui
games.
a
But it
informação do
never goes away. That
rapaz
excitement
aqui.
of like, cool, crikey.
Well, look, we're
gonna be
nearly
here
there.
soon.
We're nearly there. So thank you very much. I know it's busy times, but I know we want to go through some stuff, some fun stuff today.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot to cover off. So chat, this is actually been quite exciting and something I think no one's ever done before. For what we're going to get on. Let me get into it. First off, we're going to show a water park. I think we're going to look at a water park, and then we're going to probably cover off some questions that have been coming in.
Yep.
And then we're going to do something.
Tem várias
I
perguntas que vão
personally
responder
don't think
durante
we've
a
ever done
live
before. So you may have watched
sobre.
the chat, some of the deep dive.
Eu vou falar agora do
three
trailer
so
que a gente
far,
vai
right?
mostrar
So bring
agora
us to
para
where are we?
vocês.
You have done 3 so far. We're going to do deep dive number 4, but we're going to do it live, and we're also going to involve chat in deep dive number 4 because it involves we're talking about how the franchise mode works and stuff like that. So we're going to collaborate a little bit with our chat to help us out and finish
Em
off
breve,
an asset in the game, which is super exciting, super cool.
vamos estar fazendo
and we'll have another guest. We're going to do
deep
really cool, very
diver
1980s.
para o
We're
jogo
going to zoom in upstairs somewhere to someone else in the building.
com
which I'm so
público
excited
em
for.
breve nos próximos dias. Fiquem ligados.
But still, let's get cracking
no
into
canal.
the water park,
que
shall we?
eu vou trazer
So,
aqui
so Rich, do you
simultâneo.
want to start us off with this?
Yeah, so one of the questions we've been getting through development recently, when we've been doing a lot of interviews, Doug, and listening to the
Aí tá
community,
as redes
is
sociais
can
dele
I
do YouTube,
build a water park in Planet Coaster 2 by itself?
Twitter,
Can I build just a self-functioning
Facebook.
water park without
O
roller
Discord
coasters,
eu não
that
sei
type
se
of
tem,
stuff?
porque
We
não
thought
aparece
we'd
ali,
come down
mas
here and show you guys the game, show a water park in action, and just so show
tiver,
you some of the
busquem.
maybe some features that you guys might not
Porque eu
be
tenho o
aware
Discord
of,
dele, eu
to
sigo
show you
no
just, you know,
Discord,
some of the
galera.
amazing stuff
Sigo
we've been
lá no
working on
Discord.
Yeah.
as we get close to launch.
And it's a
Agora não ganhei no
very
jogo
good
da Frontier,
opportunity
até agora.
to, on a live stream, judge our CEO park, because this is a park that was built by Johnny Watts. He's he's got a very long, rich history in these games, going all the way back to RCT3, and he's very passionate about this water park. And I said,
Johnny, uma das pessoas que trabalha na
So I'm
equipe
playing with my job
para
here
esse
as well.
parque aí.
This may be the last time we see you, Adam. So I'm going to really enjoy
Yeah,
this
I really
part of the
enjoyed
stream.
these streams. Thank you very much for having me.
Então,
I mean, look,
ele
do you know what? I
gostou
know it's
muito do
boss
parque
but
que o Johnny
it's been a
fez.
dreary,
Ele
cold
está mostrando pra gente
autumn
para
day. It's so nice to see
Tem uma
something
ideia,
so-
uma
where's
noção
summer gone?
Yeah.
But it's here.
dos
it's right
detalhes
here.
do parque.
So sorry, Cameron, show us the
No,
part
I was
that
gonna.
Johnny's
I think the first thing that I sort of look at for a park is its layout, because I have a way I lay.
O
parks
layout
out.
dos
I think it's
parques,
kind of
dos barcos, eu
an
falo
authentic
barcos,
way.
dos
I think
parques
it's authentic. Anyway, certainly
são
the
diferentes
experiences I've
cada,
had with parks,
cada
where
fase.
your entrance is normally laid out with
Esse
some
é
shops and
The
amenities at the
Sims,
beginning, and that's what he's got
só
here.
que de
He's already
parques.
got lots of guests in there, so that's nice. He's got a little central hub with some amenities as well in the shops. Keep that money rolling in. It is sandbox, but you know, for the career mode, you also want to think about that. But then he's got some bigger rides out the back. He's got some sort of racing style flumes with runoffs rather than pools at the back.
Eu digo uma coisa mais
And
a
I think that's
vocês.
nice because that helps drag
Que
or sort of
os
move guests through
jogos
the
da
park, you know, they
Frontier
don't sort
That
of-
Venus.
são
flight
todos
track thing really
simuladores,
keeps you
Yeah,
todos.
absolutely, yeah. So that pushes people out the
Ok?
back of that park
Os jogos
there,
que ela tem no seu
and then
poder
there's some pools and stuff. So it's
são
quite a nice layout in terms of
basicamente os mesmos.
moving guests around and whatnot.
A couple of things just as you're going through that. Someone's very kindly said you're playing career
Tem o
mode
Planet
on hardcore
Coaster.
at the moment by judging Johnny's park. That was a funny comment.
Dois esses que nós estamos usando agora. Tem
Also, I
o
think
Planetas do
I think we mentioned this
1 e
earlier.
2
when
e
we-
3.
Obviously, having the toilets at the start of the park is a
Zoológico.
is a
Oh,
necessity.
absolutely, yeah. If
So-
you've ever been to a theme park with
E
kids,
tem
it's the first thing.
os Fórmula 1 Manager.
Yeah.
No
No
matter
matter how
22,
how much
23,
I love them.
24 e agora o 25 que chega no ano que vem.
And the other thing,
São os jogos
although in sandbox mode, as
que
I
eu
was saying before,
sei
you can
que
turn these things
ela
off, such as the
é
water and house, might
encarregada
have a full kind of
de
creative
fazer
feeling if you want
todos os
to.
Planet Coasters,
Johnny, with maybe
dois,
an idea of liking
e
to
Planet
manage
Zoo,
the minutiae of
e
everything.
dois,
Got a little
e o
bit of
3.
management experience, so it doesn't surprise me. He's turned
Que
it all on.
também
He's
esse daqui,
still kept power and water, so he's got his
que é o
nice
Fórmula 1
power
Manager
sort of, section at the back of the
25,
park
26.
here, or towards the
Os
front.
próximos que
But
vai
it's
fazer. O
accessed
Fórmula
only
1
by
Manager
a
22, 23,
staff
24
path, so
e o
the guests
próximo
can't get down there.
26.
And he's also taken into account
Porque
that
ela é
they
focada
don't
em só
have
jogos
a
simuladores
good
assim,
scenery rating because we don't want
de
to see that.
real
We
life,
don't want to see the
de
facility
vida,
side of it. So that's part of the
da,
challenge and the balance
de
of making
vida
sure
real.
that's sort of well
Se eu não
hidden.
estiver
in the scenery,
enganado,
and that's what he's
dos
done
próximos Fórmula 1
the
Managers,
nice,
vou dar uns
scenery section
palpites
around
meu
here
aqui.
as well.
Eles vão
Sorry,
fazer
I
o
was going to say, yeah,
seguinte, vão
the
botar,
balance of
como
the
posso
scenery and the
dizer,
infrastructure. The infrastructure is going to have that
como a EA
negative
quer
scenery
fazer com o
score.
próximo
It's not,
FIFA,
no one wants
o
to go to a
próximo
theme
EA
park to
FC
see power
25
generated chicken
deles e
wing.
26,
So
que
you
é
need
um
to then
mundo
dress up
aberto.
with scenery to offset that.
Eu não duvidaria nem um
What
pouco que
Johnny's
a
done
frente
really well is
fizesse
he's
isso
put the
também de mundo
distributors,
aberto.
the infrastructures,
Porque se eu não estou
sharing it out so
enganado,
that your
o futebol
rides and
esse
your
de...
flumes might have the power of the water
Deram
features
tanto
they
na
need,
Brasil
and put those
Store,
inside trees and hidden them away and
na
dressed them
Plus
up in a nice way
Extra
as well. So
e
Because you don't
Premium
need your
aqui nos Estados
mechanics to
Unidos.
access them.
E também deram
So
na
that's
Epic
okay.
Game Store
But you
o
do need
Futebol
them to
Manager,
access the
também é
generators.
deles também, o Futebol
So you
Manager.
have to balance that off.
Então,
So I would say it's a
tem
strong
vários jogos que eles
9.5 out of 10
são
so far.
encarregados. Então,
I mean, the
a
game's obviously
Frontier,
clearly rating it
rated as a
itself.
5.
I mean,
Não
it's,
tá
it's a
parada.
5-star,
So
right?
it's a 5-star. So,
rating.
you know,
But
maybe
I
I should have
mean,
given it a 10.
com
I
o
mean,
único estilo
I
de
like to
jogo.
live on the edge.
I mean,
you
tem
know, I
vários
like to live
estilos.
on the edge.
Look, he's
Focados,
traveling home, right? You're safe for at least an hour.
em diferentes jogos.
Yeah, look, it's a 5-star
E eu
rating.
digo mais,
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but carry on, please.
No, it's okay. I think the
eu
other
não
thing I wanted
duvidaria
to
que
highlight is,
fizesse desse
the other
mesmo
evening
estilo
I was
de
playing the
simulador,
game
assim como esse aqui.
and,
Toque de beisebol,
the
de futebol
detail on the
americano,
balloons is really quite
E
strong,
de
especially like the
tênis,
foil ones here. You can see this one.
de vôlei, e entre outros
I don't think that was a
esportes.
genuine O.
No,
That
it
was a
wasn't
general.
at
You
all.
knew exactly what you were doing.
I
Só
spent about
eles
10 minutes the other night just going around
aumentando a sua
popping
equipe.
all my guest balloons.
So everyone thinks you're a nice guy, Adam.
And there's
Eles
just something
conseguem fazer isso e muito
incredibly
mais.
satisfying about it.
not for the guests. You just spent their hard-earned cash.
Well,
Só
maybe they can go
público
back and
pedir.
I can,
Buy another one.
they can get
Eu
another
vou mostrar para
15,
vocês o
15
site da
dollars out.
Frontier, também no final da live também.
On a serious note, I think what
Tem
that
uma
shows
noção.
is I'm doing that with the mouse, right?
Yeah.
I'm just using the game to sort of interact directly with the game with the mouse, and it's something that I do quite a lot on the streams that I don't necessarily talk about, which is actually
Eu também quero mostrar
use
para
the
vocês
game
também, galera,
as the
uma
menus,
coisa
if
que eu vou
that
falar
makes sense.
depois
We
nos
have the HUD, we
próximos
have the menus,
vídeos.
but also if I want to say edit the terrain here, I just double click on the terrain
Yeah.
and it opens the
Yeah.
terrain tools, and then I
Tem que
can
ver
do
com
whatever I want
o
to do with that.
Instagram. Fique ligado, em breve eu
Same
posto
with
para
the
vocês
flume
no
here. I
Instagram,
double click.
vídeo.
That takes me into the
parte.
edit mode, which
Yeah.
it needs to be closed to do, but it just automatically jumps me to it. And it's really useful when you have areas of Johnny's Park, and this is why I give it 9.5. I'm going to make it a 10 in a second, because he hasn't dealt very well with this congestion here.
Também quero comentar
Well,
He's got a lovely runoff
Que-
lane through the Vloom. He's got his
Ademais
entertainment
de
at the,
trazer
at the sort of
Dragon
front of the
Ball,
park, but that's causing a little bit of congestion. So I double click on the path. I use a tool that
completo
I'm
no
using
canal,
quite a bit at the moment.
teremos
Rather than dropping all new bits of path down, I can
outras
just use the edit tool,
séries como Assassin's
grab
Creed
the edge
Black
of
Flag,
this path that
que elemente eu
exists
estamos
already,
gravando,
all the way down to here.
o
and then I can
Unity
just
que
drag
está
that
gravando o
out,
Gabriel,
and then it
This
opens
is
up that
such a
path
cool,
little
like,
bit.
honestly,
And then
entre
you see the guests
outros
instantly react to it. So now
it's a 10.
it's a 10.
jogos que está
All right,
gravando
well,
o
I look
Arthur.
forward to I
You're
look
welcome,
forward
Johnny.
to your review with Johnny, where he brings us into your review. But that feature there when you stretch the park, I can say this because when we showed this in one of our social assets, my wife, who loves playing this game, lost her mind.
Yeah.
Just,
Cara, que
I've
fala
been
que
waiting
esposa
for
está jogando
this for
esse
so
jogo.
long. So it's cool. So I think the point of just double clicking or anything to bring up the menu is such a.
Que
It
esposa
just
é
makes it
fanática
so
desse
much
tipo de
more
jogo.
easy to play and do.
Óbvio, né?
creative.
Mas
Yeah,
eu
and the other thing,
Da própria
sorry, I
empresa
should
que ela
have mentioned
trabalha
before,
também,
when
né?
you use the edge puller, you can then jump straight to the draw tool and
Esse cara é
start
que
to
engraçado
draw
demais.
a path around it as well. So you don't just need to pull the face; you can actually just sort of jump to that one as well. Again, nice and easy. Nice and well done.
Yeah, we really want to add these kind of shortcuts into the tools, into the creativity, into the
Ele
things
tá
we're
falando
doing.
que
So
vai
it's really quick and
adicionar
easy for you. Just grab your mouse, double click on something, want to change the path. Or
algumas
if you're in the full screen menu, you
coisas
want to back out of
no
them,
mapa.
right click will do that as well. There's the HUD button.
O
or
parque
button
esse
that
já
you
está
can click on or
aumentado
get to. So it's
demais.
super nice and quick and easy for our PC players to jump into game.
There's more balloons.
Well, you just
Do you leave those balloons alone,
I
Adam?
won't pop them. I won't pop the balloons,
Eu
but I
ouvi
will
também
show
que
another
tem
way that you
chuva
can
nesse jogo, né? Vai
terrorise.
ter
I
chuva
mean,
também.
not terrorise at all.
Vai ter tempo
But
dinâmico.
let's say we've got a nice clothed guests here. We've got a little group group of closed guests people. That's fine.
Oh,
they probably don't want to go in the water, but I'm going to make them go.
But why we see, like, this
You're
is
seeing the
sort of
other side of me now.
Yeah, this is I look at you differently now. And also, I've noticed their clothes get wet, right?
Yeah,
so
they
are
do
wet.
get
So
wet.
I thought people in chat might like
I just
that.
wanted to show off the rendering tech behind it.
ela jogar esse jogo só.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's it.
Is that what it is?
Do you feel more relaxed now as well?
I feel more relaxed.
Okay.
E fazer esse
Well,
tipo de
look,
coisa.
you've terrorized
De montar parque,
people in Johnny's Park. That will definitely come up. When he
montar
mentions this. You've adjusted
casa.
Johnny's Park for the better.
Coisa assim que ela jogaria.
Is there any other tools? I know that, like, we've
Esse
shown how
estilo
accessible
de
this
coisa
is.
que ela
We
gosta de fazer.
looked at any other tools you might want to show us, or is this where we're at now? Snapping tools?
Yeah, we were just going to play snaps.
Yeah,
If you wanted to.
So you did there. So you did.
One of the creative, we've got so many new creative features and tools in Planet Coaster 2, the ability to scale your scenery, the ability to attach.
E lembrando, galera, também em dezembro, parece que eu faço uma live de ano novo. E eu não vou estar sozinho nessa live, não.
So you can kind of use the snap edges to put them together to make it really
Vai
easy
estar
to build. Take small bits of blueprints and put
a
them
Nath
together
comigo na live.
very quickly.
Yeah.
And this is something that we've.
When you showed me this earlier, this is really cool.
It's
This is
definitely
really
Até ela deve ter o
show
WhatsApp
tell
no
kind of
PC.
thing,
Yeah.
especially
Mas todo
when
mundo me
you're
ligar
as nervous as I am as being on this couch.
na
So what
night-
Adam's doing is he's
na
taking
night
one
de ano
of the
novo.
coaster station blueprints. So we have a number of coaster station blueprints
Até de
ready for
Natal.
people to put on their station, but some of the stations have different lengths on them.
No
so
de
it's
Natal
hard
não
to
vai ter
track.
live, né?
What we can do with this one is we
Mas
can
ano
slice
novo,
it
sim.
up into three. We're going to slice it into left, middle, and right.
Well done. That was all three parts there.
And apply snap edges to them and show you how we can then put them all back together in a nice, quick.
Eu só digo outra coisa mais também para
Yeah.
vocês.
So say I'm.
O canal
I think we've got an
tem que
absolutely
bater as
incredible,
4.000 horas de
community
2000.
behind Planet
E
Coaster, and you know, lots of them
25.
just sort of build.
Se
lots
não
of
bater as
content just
4.000
ready for
horas,
the workshop. And
vai
this
ser problema
snap
para
edges
mim.
really allow you to sort of give good guidance and
O da
clear,
Twitch não é problema. O da Twitch
clear guidance on
é.
how you expect.
Eu
the things
uso
to be
para
put
gravar
together
só
really in a modular
o
section
canal,
and sort of taking some of the guesswork.
fazer
So you
as
have
vídeos pro canal
these snap
e
edges
não
that
ficar
vary in length. I'm going to use the 12-meter one here. We've
ficar
got
tão complicado para
a
mim.
coaster blueprint, and the idea behind this one, I think it's a useful demonstration.
E estou
because
gravando isso aqui um dia antes de minha
sections
mãe
can be
viagem.
different lengths.
Yeah.
So perhaps building it this way then allows me to build that
Duplicate.
modularity.
Eu acho que antes para
That
ficar
makes
mais
sense.
livre de
We
manhã.
have the snap edge section here, which I like to think of it as a jigsaw piece, or as I said earlier, maybe a gym mat, which
I commented and said,
Cara,
I
livre.
clearly have no idea what gym mat looks
Yeah,
like.
Fazer
I've
coisas
never
que
been
eu
in
não
a gym
quero
in my
fazer.
life.
But you put the teeth like the coloured side, as I've displayed here, pop it on the edge, and then if it finds another snap piece, it will instantly snap to it and complete the piece together. So you know that those two pieces will get together. So let's
gostei
finish
de montar
editing that
pedacinho
one.
assim do
I'm going
parque.
to add it to
Gostei de
this
montar
one
na
as well.
assim no parque.
But on this case, I'm going to add two, because I view this as my middle section.
Yep.
What I will
Ah,
then be
Nath
able
vai
to
ser dona do
do,
parque.
I've placed it on those two edges. We can back out. I can then duplicate that model, and then if
You just did that in a second. What did you? Is that just?
¿Qué pasó?
just
Okay.
Control D, yeah, and then there we
Right,
are.
yeah.
And if I
Estava
say I want
dizendo
to add it to that building,
que estou
it
pensando
then
hacer una
snaps.
live de
So I
año
didn't do
nuevo.
anything, I just
Até
clicked, and it
esta
went,
live
"Oh,
de
I've
año
got two
nuevo
snap edges that I can
va a
connect." And there we
tener
go.
tu
And because if I
participación
move
en
that
vivo
side,
conmigo.
it snaps. So it just really
Okay.
allows the content creator
No hay problema.
to sort of
Vamos a hacer
show
la noche entera
how
na live
you can snap it
de
together quickly, and then
larga-
the end user who's downloading
larga
the blueprints
distancia.
or building them themselves, put them together really quickly and easily.
And that's the thing.
El
'cause
tema
you
es que
can
en
customize
esa
all these
época voy a
stations
estar
in the workshop,
de
right?
vacaciones.
Exactly. And
Acuérdense.
de
you can
vaca.
build these as modular blueprints, upload to the workshop.
Va a
and
tener
allow
vacaciones.
people, as Adam says, that might
Así
not
que
be
no sé,
as au fait with
no sé
creating
si voy
their
a,
own stuff, to use your
voy a
blueprints to
tener
make something
internet
quick and
ahí.
easy. And
Ahí
you
Vamos
know,
lo vamos a
tratar
ver.
de ver si tiene
the
internet.
horizontal way of doing modular blueprints, you can do them vertically as well. So
Okay.
if you're building the facades using the
Espero que sí,
result
porque
theme, you can
sería-
then
sería muito bom
identify
isso.
a level and then kind of quickly snap, put all those together, put a roof on it. And
Estaría
it's just
bueno,
really quick
sí.
and easy for
Sí.
people to take those blueprints and put them together. And
Así
again,
imagínate,
it's
yo
really
estoy en
helping you
vivo,
put those-
aunque tú
snap
no
those
estés
things
conmigo.
together to create something that looks really good, really quick
En
and
la
easy.
live.
That's been the mantra for Planet
Yeah,
Coaster 2.
I
It's
think
Yo voy a hacer
tools,
una
new
live.
ways to customize and flexibility to
Estoy conversando con la gente que me manda
Yeah, I
mensajes.
think as well, like when we talk about how easy
¿Tú te imaginas?
sort of
Llama a todo el mundo
create
por la
scenery,
cámara.
how important scenery is.
Yo tengo ya
in a
WhatsApp
theme
en la
park. I think
computadora
the verticality
y hago
stuff
una
as well
live
as the
mostrando a
sort
todo
of
el mundo.
horizontally is going to signal
Hey,
people
¿cómo
want to around
está?
rides and build like a castle or something with all the pieces. You can do that really
¿Qué
quickly
tal?
now and really easily. Well, look, well done, Johnny. Good water park. It was a 9.5 from just Adam. We gave it a 10, but Adam was adamant.
Imagínate.
9.5.
I think that's what the
Mandando
record and the
mensajes todo.
transcript will show.
Yeah, we were fully on board there, boss. But
En vivo y en
If anyone's looking
directo.
for a senior executive producer,
Hacemos nueva
hit me up on LinkedIn.
prueba que voy a hacer.
well, look, it's a fantastic
Okay.
park. That's a great way to show a viable water park. Just
Pensaba
as
hacer-
and you can
Lo
do that.
sí-
And of
lo
course, if you
dejo,
want to have add roller coaster that you could.
Lo,
but you
lo
can-
dejo-
of course,
lo
yeah,
hago,
yeah.
pongo en silencio el
being used.
micrófono
Right.
para que siga
This is
transmitiendo
the
ahí
part we've been waiting for.
su
We're slightly
relato,
nervous, chat, because this is
caballero.
something we've never ever done before,
Sí,
and
señor.
we think it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. I'd feel
De-
that.
de- 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 de-
Yeah,
de-
it's
de-
gonna
de-
be
de-
done.
de-
I was about
después
to
que
come off
termine.
offline.
So
Done.
we've done deep dives in the past, chat, but we thought it'd be really cool to do this live and involve you in the process because we're going to be talking about franchise mode and stuff like that. So it's going to get a little bit weird because I'm basically going to hand over and be a guest on your show for essentially the next 10, 15 minutes whilst we go through deep
Yeah.
dive number 4.
Yeah.
And then chat, we'll let you know how you're going to be involved. But it's a fun one. So when I hand over, there's a few transitions and stuff that will happen during the show. It's going to be producer Adam. Are you ready? He's done that chat. He's done this.
He gave us absolute confidence there.
That's perfect. Thank you so much, Adam, for filling us. He's pointing at the screen, saying, "Is that good?"
O Deep
All right,
Diver
Adam.
número 4
Okay,
debe ser
ignore
no
the red
ano
light
que
of the
vem,
camera.
galera.
Oh, I see. All right, okay, perfect. And there's also we won't be worrying about the splash transition.
No, it's-
But don't worry, we'll add that in post because that's what we do.
Vou dizer a data.
So, chat, if you're ready, don't fluff your lines, chat. It's important. Chaps, are you ready?
Always.
All right.
I
Okay.
don't know,
Look, let's
I'm
have
used,
some
I'm
fun.
used to having more than one take, but
Deve ser
It'll be
bem
You're gonna
fine.
be
fine.
fine,
Behind
chat.
the
We're gonna
curtain
love
of these
this.
recordings.
Give all the guys the support. You're gonna have fun. We're gonna enjoy ourselves.
Interessante.
Off you go, guys. Take it with deep dive number 4.
hi everyone, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director on Planet Coaster 2.
And I'm Senior Executive Producer Adam Woods, and we are really excited about showing you franchise mode.
Yeah, this is our last of our deep dive series, and we're going to show you more about what franchise mode is. We're going to get some help from one of our talented creative services artists upstairs, and with the help of Arthur representing the community, we're going to do some
My
franchise
God.
mode. So let's dive in.
Vamos ver.
Here we go. There's that
There we go.
transition.
Here we go.
So, for those of you that don't know, franchise mode is one of our new game modes in Planet Coaster 2 that allows you to work together with groups of friends to create a franchise and use that franchise to compete on leaderboards in our challenges and see who has the best franchise out there.
Para sair do modo tela cheia,
now the challenge for us today is we've got a
segundo,
part
un
that
segundo.
Rich has already put together.
a
Which is,
matar do
looking
usuário.
very
Ouvir-me
nice
eu.
indeed. It's got a
Planet
dark
estou a
ride,
ser,
it's got
ouvir-me eu.
a lovely
Mike
mythology
DVT
themed, dark ride
fixado.
that has a roller coaster at the back, and we've also got
Explorador
this,
de
you know,
arquivos,
I
explorador
think
de
it's-
arquivos. Planet
I
estou a
look
ser
forward
2.
to,
Ele
I
You're
look
welcome,
forward to
Johnny.
your review with Johnny, where he brings us into your review. But that feature there, when you stretch the park, I can say this because when we showed this in one of our social assets, my wife, who loves playing this game, lost her mind.
Vou
Just-
repetir,
I've
galera,
been
esse
waiting
ponto
for
aqui.
this for so
Por
long.
causa
So it's cool, to see, but I think the point
do.
of just double clicking on anything to bring up the menu is such a. It just makes it so much more
O
easy
problema
to
que nós
play
temos
and
aqui.
do and be creative. Right?
Yeah, and the other thing, and sorry, I should have mentioned this before, but when you use the edge puller, you can then jump straight to the.
People in chat
Yeah,
might like
I just
that.
wanted to show off the the rendering.
Quer
tech
dizer uma
behind
coisa
it. That's
mais.
what they're having a lovely
Oh, is that
time.
what it is?
That was it. Yeah,
Is that what it is?
That was
When you
right.
feel
cool,
more,
cool.
yeah, this is our last of our deep dive series, and we're going to show you more about what franchise mode is. We're going to get some help from one of our
Achei o
talented
ponto que
creative
tava-
services artists upstairs,
falhou
and
aqui,
with the
né?
help of Arthur representing the community, we're going to do some more.
Desculpa aí,
franchise
mas
mode. So let's dive
vai,
in.
ser, vai ficar assim mesmo o vídeo.
Here we go. There's that
There we go.
transition.
Here we go.
So, for those of you that don't know, franchise mode is one of our new game modes in Planet Coaster 2 that allows you
Então,
to
você pode
work
criar-
together with groups of friends to create a franchise and use that franchise to compete on leaderboards in our challenges.
Ah,
to see
pode
who has the
competir
best franchise
com teus amigos.
out there.
Now, the challenge for us today is we've got a park that Rich has already put together, which is looking very nice indeed.
Tem
got
que
a couple of
criar
dark rides.
parques.
We've got a lovely mythology-themed dark ride that has a roller coaster at the back, and we've also got this. I think it's a pretty well-themed ride already, but we're going to add a couple of bits to it. I'm going to try and add a couple of lights, a small event sequencer with some lights to the inside, and then I'm going to upload that.
Eu
And Rich is
digo
going to
mais
take
uma
over
coisa, que vai ser
and
muito
carry
bom.
on finishing off the inside of this ride.
Um
as well.
19
And part of what we
21.
need from you and our wonderful community is to help us name this dark ride.
Right. Okay.
Uma
So
hora e
look, we've got the
20,
dark
mais
ride here.
uma hora e
Obviously,
12.
it's aquatic themed. Now, chat, this is where we need your help for this very special Deep Dive Live. We want you to name the Deep Dive Live ride.
Right.
Now, I know typically when we ask for names, we get stuff like Ridey McRideface, but we're going to try and find one that fits well with this. Producer Adam will obviously pick a winner and with a person who's chosen it. So, Producer Adam, if you, once you can scroll through the answers, can you just pop the answer and the person who gave that answer into chat? It's going to be randomly selected, chat. So we'll add that into the ride and we'll pass on, just to prove that what we're doing is actually live. So there we go. The power is with you, chat.
Thank you very much for your help. So in this dark ride, this is something we're really excited to show. This is showing off our new lighting technology that we have in Planet Coaster 2. This is a ride inside a building, which is dark. Adam is using the lighting, the different lights to illuminate the way. This is one of our new track rides. This is a special track ride because this is one of our pre-order.
This is the pre-order track rides, right? Yeah.
This is the FD Vision rotating ride, which is exclusive for pre-ordering the game. So you've got 7
days left from today to get this.
So if you'd like to get your hands on this tracked ride, then please.
And there's 2 more as well, isn't there? You get 2 more rides as well.
That's right. There's a water coaster and the cube flat ride as well.
I'm so pleased you said water coaster because I say water coaster.
Water coaster it is.
Because Essex till
Essex to the end.
Essex to the end.
So we're going to be using Adam's set up a event sequencer, which is a really powerful tool for creating timelines of events, using things like lights and the animatronics that we have, and things like moving platforms to create these great sequences. And dark rides and tracked rides are really great for having those bespoke experiences for your guests as they're going around this ride.
Yeah. What I've already done is just placed 3 extra spotlights here. I've given them some different colours. Put them to the roof. The idea, give them a bit of a disco light at the beginning of the ride, just to get them in the feeling or the mood for a dark ride by turning lights on. I've set my event sequencer down there so I can trigger it off, and I've got my 3 lights here. I've added them into the timeline. I've just given them a bit of a sort of staggered effects. They sort of turn on and off as they go. I can preview the event if I want to by looking through the timeline. That light's turned on. I've got my torch on and dark ride, so I need my torch to actually be able to look around. But that's all looking good to me. I exit out of this now. Let's turn my torch back off.
It's going to get very dark.
And make sure I've got the right mode. And now you can see that those lights are affected. I changed the colours so you could see it. They sort of turn on sequentially. I just think it adds a little something to the beginning of the ride. But of course, I'm not the master builder. That's Rich H. So I'm going to upload this version once we pick the name from chat.
Oh, actually, yeah. We do have. Okay, brilliant. Well done, producer Adam. You've literally done the one thing we asked you not to do. Well, listen, whoever said Undersea Enigma, well done. But Adam has put in chat, lost the name. So, but Undersea Enigma.
Undersea Enigma.
Well done.
Okay.
Undersea Enigma. So what you're doing now is dropping it into the notes, right?
Yeah, what we're going to do in franchise mode, it's about collaboration, it's about working together, and we're going to utilise the strengths of Rich Hudson, who's one of our creative service artists, who is really good at building this amazing park and continuing. He's going to add that ride, add the name to that ride, and also finish off that bit of tunnel behind where Adam was working. It's a bit bare, it's a bit plain, but he's going to use his amazing skills and the tools in game to dress that up. So,
and it was
Undersea Enigma.
Yeah.
So we are using the change note on the version control as we upload our version of the park to the cloud, the magical cloud. And Rich upstairs, as part of our franchise, will get the new version of the park, the one that we've just made live, and add that name and also improve the visuals on that ride, and then he'll give it back to us.
Excellent. Well, in the spirit of the 1980s, can we see Rich upstairs? Are we seeing him now? There we are, Rich. You can look. He can wave. So, Rich, to prove this is live, can you just tap your head for me, Rich? Tap your head. There we go. Look, chat. It's live. Like we haven't made this up. So, Rich is going to start doing the sign, and he's going to start theming. We're going to pop Rich's gameplay onto the screen as we chat about some other modes. Whilst we're doing that, if you do have any, if there's a lot we're covering off about franchise mode and just in general about Planet Coaster 2. We do have an FAQ, so if you do want to check it out on the website. I'm not sure if we've got a bot command for that. It's !FAQ. Yeah, it is !FAQ. That will take you to the website. You can check out all those questions. But right now, what you're doing is you're watching on our screen at the moment is you're watching Rich upstairs in the office.
Yeah.
Doing doing the
Sorry, I
franchise
kind
mode.
of got lost in
Yeah.
watching
It
it.
was in
Just, I became a viewer. I was like, oh, it's really, okay, he's got, yeah, no.
But
Sorry.
we've got more things to talk about. Well, so you chat this, but listen to what other
Okay.
Riches and Adam are saying.
Yeah. So franchise mode, as I said at the top, is a mode about working together with other people, collaborating, and then competing as a franchise against our leaderboard. So as part of that process, you'll be making a new franchise from
Como eu
scratch.
falei,
You have to give it a unique name.
quem saber
and
os
then
detalhes
identify
desse
the type of
ponto,
tags that you want your
você
franchise to have,
poderá
make it easier to search and look for.
competir com,
How active you
com
guys
teus
are,
amigos
what your
em
primary
criar uma
platform will be,
franquia de
the
parques.
language you want to have, or the interest, stuff like that. And it'll allow other people to find your franchise and potentially join it as well. So it'll make it a lot easier to find. With the membership type, whether it's invite only or whether you want to have requests, and then a franchise code, which
competição.
I find
This is
very
cool.
special. So
Vai ser interessante.
during
É
development,
como se
we
fosse
wanted
Fórmula
to
1,
recreate the My Three
modo minha
Words,
equipe do Fórmula 1
geographical
Manager.
stuff. There's a
My
better way
team.
to describe that. But we felt one of the server guys had a great idea of, what if we use Planko as the words? So the franchise codes, which are unique for your franchise, that helps other people find your franchise really quick and easy. All of the words are from the Planko dictionary, and
E outros gamers que vão jogar esse jogo podem encontrar teu parque, tua franquia,
find your
tudo.
franchise once you've made it.
Cool. And so I think I'm just watching Rich. He's just finished Undersea. I think next time we can pick a short name because Undersea Enigma is a long name. But
Look
fine,
how quick he's made it already.
Muito
He's
bom
put it in the
esse novo modo do
3 lights and he's already done
Planet Coaster
Undersea.
2.
Yeah. But I think also, so going back to the sort of franchise setup, we've obviously got our franchise already. That's our very aptly named Deep Dive franchise. And when we open that,
actually, Adam, can you flip back to our gameplay so we can have a go at this one as well?
Eu vou mostrar pouco de gameplay desse modo para vocês aí, ó.
To pick a starting location, and each location also comes with various sort of restrictions or.
Então cada local vai ter uma barreira
varying different levels of sort of challenge and
e níveis de dificuldade
you select them, and then you can
para
start to
desafios.
branch out and select new plots that will have different restrictions upon them as well, and then start establishing parks and building up parks and see if you can open up more parks across the
É um
country.
modo de criação de parque diferente. Modo meu parque, devia chamado assim.
Depending on the challenge, you might have this park's really good for. This one's making us a lot of money per day. This one's really good for that challenge. We'll submit this challenge, this park specifically to the challenge. So as a franchise, you can have multiple different parks on the go. So you could have one focused on coasters, one on
Então, modo minha equipe.
You'll have that flexibility inside your franchise.
Seria chamado
Different starting locations.
se fosse o parque de Fórmula 1, né?
Each node has a different biome, different starting money.
Yeah.
The parks that you submit to the leaderboards have to be established. That's the term we use to describe.
Right, so you can't just open a park and.
You can't just open a blank park and submit it into the leaderboard. You have to have, as a franchise, engaged in that park for a while. It's
Tem que ter um modo franquia no parque, senão não vai funcionar o sistema.
For in-game for a whole day, which is 12 hours. So it means that we can keep the leaderboard containing parks that are valid parks, ones that you've engaged with the game in, because they're not sandbox parks, they are the game. It's the management aspect. You have to make a functioning park.
Olha, parking também tem no jogo também.
And from here, you also access your sort of franchise management tools, kind of your sort of bread and butter tools that you might need to have. There's a dashboard to show you log of what's happened in the franchise as well, so maybe you can catch up if you've been off for a couple of days. You can see the members that are in here. Obviously, we've got some
membros
in
do
our
seu
franchise. You can see requests of people that have wanted to join. On the members as well, I forgot to mention, you've got different levels of control that you can give different members.
Cada membro tem o seu nível.
Depending on how confident you are with your friends, you can give them more control or not. You can also remove them as well, but I think, I'm not going to remove myself. I'll keep myself on this one. And then there's settings. So if you wanted to go back and maybe change your tags, maybe your play style's changed, or you're sort of changing how you're feeling, then you can go back and you can change them here as well. And always see your 3-word Planko code as well.
Am I right in saying
Mas
you
vai
can also
criando
set different versions of
códigos
your franchise? You can go
para
back
o
and roll those back, which I
teu-
think is amazing.
Yeah, so
os
the parks
amigos.
that you've got in your franchise, because it is past
A
the
tua
park, it's
franquia.
asynchronous, there might be versions of parks that are locked because someone else has got edit.
Vai ter várias versões de parques
Which you
que
can
estão
see here,
fechados.
it's currently locked
Tu vai
by
ter que ir
our Hudson.
abrindo
That's because he's
dependendo
the
do teu nível.
So you can see I can't do much with this part because he's got it sort of checked out.
Or they might be
É
parks
diferente
that
dos
have
anteriores,
work on
hein?
them,
Já
just don't
gostei
like.
desse aí
That was actually
modo
all I
aí, ó.
uploaded was a it just didn't work out for us. So we can use the version control to roll that back and kind of go through the different versions of those parks.
Eu vou assistir alguns canais jogando esse jogo quando for lançado. Não vou pegar ele agora, não. Vou esperar tempo aí para pegar.
You can also move your franchise mode into sandbox, right? If you just want to play around with it.
Se me mandarem,
any of the parks that you've got in your franchise mode, you can then export to sandbox. And as I said, the franchise mode is about playing the game in its management, kind of all the tricky aspects of managing it and making it successful. But if you just want to go to sandbox mode and just play around with it, you can choose one of your parks and export them straight to sandbox.
Very cool. All right, shall we check back and see what? Let's have a see how Rich is doing. Oh, he's on the theming now. He's moving. He's putting some stuff down. Can Rich hear us, producer Adam? He can hear us. Yes, he can. A thumbs up. All right. Hey. Yeah, you've done quite a bit here, Rich. Are you close to finishing? Well, you might have to be because we're close to finishing, Rich. But it's fine. We can. I'll give you another couple of seconds, and then it's popping in a submarine, a pink submarine. That's fine. I'll let him do that.
I think it's one thing we didn't mention actually before on the challenges as well. Depending on where you place, you'll get a small reward for doing so as well.
Yes. What if you finished in the leaderboard? There's different bandings, right?
That's right. There's 4 kind of groups of prizes for you. There's bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. So these are. It's not the top 4 people. It's scaled to depending on how many people have submitted parks for that particular challenge. But there's rewards for you to display in your profile. So in the profile page in Planet Coaster, you can show off you're amazing. So if you are platinum, you get all 4 rewards. If you're bronze, you'll just get the 1. But that's there's the bragging rights for you as a franchise. For how well you're working together
sobre
in the game
aquele brinquedo que estão construindo ali.
We'll have an active challenge when the game comes out next week, and it'll be open for. Do my maths? I think it's another 30. It's 40 days now, but I can't do the maths.
There'll be some days after.
There's some more days after. It's at least
30 plus days.
Yeah, it's about 30
plus
days for you guys to build your franchises and get together and compete against. See if you can win the prizes.
Excellent. All right, Rich,
E também tem, se não estou enganado, o Boss Driver Simulator, Truck Driver Simulator também consegui falar também.
It's 1980s, live in the studio here.
São várias
and we will check out the park as
franquias que eles têm.
Adam, Rich, I'm really excited to see. I think it's fair to say that if you when this game launches, anyone that plays Planet Coaster can now collaborate with each other, right? Which is it's going to be a really cool thing to do. I am not the greatest at building roller coasters, but I do love to theme areas. So this is
Eu falo de outro jogo que também não falei. Roller coasters. Também não joguei também sei também.
Send me back the park and I can theme it and we can carry on like that. I'm really excited to see what our players do with this. Has it come back?
Well, we're going to have a look now. I think the other thing while I'm doing this as well is to remember that it's also for sandbox collaboration as well, not just franchise.
Oh wow!
So
if franchise mode is for collaboration and working, we're passing the park, but we're competing. We're using.
Isso me lembrou outro jogo que não chegou no PlayStation, galera, que é jogo chamado Chef Bowser. Chef Bowser é jogo multiplayer de chefe.
As you mentioned, the workshop's going to be great for sharing for the people that are really creative, are really great at building that content, of sharing it into the workshop for other people to download in their parks.
Never gets old being able to do this and just go, and here's the park, and it's now changed because Rich has added it in. So there we go. That's now
so that's the Undersea
the lovely thing. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick, let's ride it very quickly, shall we?
Yeah, let's have a little look at what we call it, the Undersea Enigma from Name Unknown. So chat, if you were the person in chat, you can absolutely blame Adam for there it is, the Undersea Enigma, just to prove that it was live. From person or persons unknown in chat. Thank you so much for the name.
Thank you very much.
But this is the Undersea Enigma, and I know Rich will hate us, but we didn't give enough time to finish it. But I think he did a good enough job as we started, but not to discount the amazing lighting work that you did right at the start there, Adam, because I think that's what's really sold it. Actually, is these 3.
I think so. I think that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting on this one.
Yeah, like your opinion of the previous park, I think this is bold of you. I think it's fine, in my opinion.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, I think between what you and Rich have done is great. It just shows the power of collaboration. Adam's been really good at putting the lights and the event sequencer in, and Rich has come down and used his skills.
Done better things.
But done a lot of the other aspects of this ride as well. And I really like this ride. It's one of our new tracked rides, and it's a great one. It continuously moves around at a steady speed, and it's just it's really great to see how it works. And yeah, we've got our new animatronics. I think like the singing eels, which are wonderful.
Singing eels, amazing. I hope that I won't have lent my voice to this. No one wants to hear me sing, but yeah.
Right, this has been us talking about what franchise mode's going to be in. Arthur, thank you so much for representing the community. Thank you to the community for their help in naming our rides. And thank you very much to Rich upstairs for just being amazing and working on the park for us whilst we've been talking about it. So this has been our last deep dive talking about Planet Coaster 2. This one has been about franchise mode. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There we go.
E o próximo, lembra que eu vou estar dizendo que eu falei que nessa live que o Fórmula 1 Magic 25 chega entre junho e julho do ano que vem. Então o trailer tem que ser começado a mostrar no último evento, no primeiro evento, né, do ano, que é de janeiro. Dia 26 de janeiro, mais ou menos. Se não for em janeiro, mais tardar fevereiro, o primeiro trailer. Porque começaram a final de fevereiro, janeiro a meia de fevereiro. Porque o pessoal tem que comprar, né, um Fórmula 1 Manager antes de lançar, porque vai ter muita coisa boa, inclusive o modo My Team, que é o modo mais jogado. No jogo de Fórmula 1.
There we go, chat. That was a very special deep dive for live. That asset will actually be cut up and add some bits on at the end, so you will see that all go out as a deep dive. I think probably tomorrow, talking about franchise mode. Obviously, any questions you might have about Planco 2, please put an exclamation mark FAQ, and you'll go to the FAQ page and you'll see that. Have a look at some stuff in there. Obviously, Planco 2 launches on November 6th. That's just 7 days away. We've got a load of streams coming up, reference it. Some of them are on Steam, actually. Yes. So I'll be on Steam tomorrow with the wonderful Rich Hudson, and we're going to be in sandbox mode building some crazy stuff. Then next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Chantel and I will be doing some streaming stuff on Steam. And then on Wednesday, we are doing a very special launch unlocked stream.
Celebratory launch
show.
Everything, yeah. With lots of prizes.
Yes, with lots of prizes for Planco 2. So I hope you've enjoyed that. It was really cool, actually. Well done, producer Adam, for
quarta-feira, então. Trabalho então quarta-feira. Gravo para quinta-feira, então, o evento, então, galera.
Big shout out to Rich Hudson as well.
Yes, thank you, the unsung hero of that show, Rich Hudson, and obviously to the boys, Rich and Adam, for coming back when they're this busy. Right, we're going to move on now to the other side of the Planet family, Chantel.
Yes, so before we even start that, we have a giveaway. So all of our stuff that we talked about earlier, all of the bits and pieces here, if you want to be in with the chance to win all of this, all you have to do is type !Planco2, and that is all lowercase. So just put that in. It's Twitch only. Sorry, YouTube fans or people watching the VODs, but
we can only work what we can work with.
Exactly. So yes, if you are on Twitch, if you just do !Planco2, and that is all lowercase. And then if you need any of the T's and C's, they are on frontier.co.uk/legal.
There you go.
So yeah, the giveaway has started. So it's all there ready for you. So we're going to also talk about Planet Zoo. So we're going to start with console.
Last
month, in September,
do parque, vamos pro zoológico, né?
Physical edition of Planet Zoo console, and that came out on the 24th of September. We also, the day after that, launched the Arid and Tropical Pack. So we
busy
month. And this month, we are happy to announce the Arctic and Conservation Bundle. So we have two beautiful animals here. We have the polar bear And I would love for Arthur to tell me what the name of the horse is. I've got it written down for you in the notes.
Well, that's easy to read because that is the Prozraki's horse. And that's actually how you say it in the native tongue. So
o bundle anterior se ferrou.
Horse that we have here as well.
That's exactly how you're saying the same thing.
The same thing.
Porque não vai vir incluído naquele bundle.
So
O bundle é separado.
is coming out on the 3rd of December. This is
3 de dezembro esse modo.
350 pieces of scene, or 350 plus.
Caramba,
303 new scenarios. Yeah, that is coming out.
Cenários e criaturas foram adicionadas nesse
modo.
modo.
Like a little early Christmas present for you, I guess. So this is, the pack for console. And we also have our stuff that we did for Planet Zoo PC. So we launched the Zookeepers Animal Pack. And that launched on the 15th of October. And it has our beautiful palace cat there. Our very happy little palace cat.
That cat is literally me.
They're very solitary as well.
Dia 15
I think I'm a people person, but it's more of its shape. Like it's me. It's the puddle.
Teve evento que
So we have our wonderful palace cat as well as a bunch of other animals here. And so this is launched. It is the.
No passado pensei que tiveram mais sorte antes do tempo.
We also had the free update. So that had the African leopard in it. That
deve vir em breve no console esse update.
Lovely free anniversary update for our PC players. And console should be coming next year. We did also have lots of speculation about Planet Zoo PC. So it was the Zookeepers pack.
There we go.
Everyone thought it was the end.
Wow.
But our team is continuing to work very hard. We don't want to give too much away, but there might be an animal pack next year, potentially. Potentially, we're going to share more information closer to the time, but there's lots coming.
There we go. So there we go. So there's lots of stuff there for console and PC, and a tease about something else that's still coming. So Planet Family, you are doing very well this month for Coaster and for Zoo.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to talk Elite, but before we do that, do we have a trailer to show?
We do. We do have the trailer.
So let's have a look at the Zookeepers trailer.
Vamos lá. Trailer. Até animais, lembra esse foi do parque de água, né? Que estão fazendo o parque de água, né? Esse é o parque de animais. Tem outro jogo que eles já lançaram, né? O conteúdo extra saiu para console. Pô, tá perfeito, né? Os animais, né? Cada vez que eles fazem um trailer novo, fica melhor ainda, né? Que elas melhoram, né? Isso aí demais, né? É a realidade dentro do jogo, né? Então, chega em breve esse conteúdo aí, galera. Fique ligado aí. Aí tá a data para vocês verem na tela.
There we go. So that was the wonderful, wonderful Planet Zoo news. So people surprised in chat about what we had to say there. Well, look, we've talked about the planet stuff, from planets on Earth to planets in space. Look, see what I did there? I'm joined by the wonderful Zach, and we've established you're no longer young Zach. You are just old man Zach.
Vamos falar sobre
one being old Zach and two by that horrendous
outro jogo.
That you just,
I thought it was a great segue.
You put in. Hello,
well,
everybody.
look, thank you for joining us again. I know we've got a lot to go through on today's show, so we'll probably crack on, and maybe a little treat at the end. I think we've got for them. You spoke about yesterday online. If you follow Zach on his socials, but should we kick off with? Oh, hang on. Before we do that, I thought it was going to be longer than that, but we've closed the competition. We do have a winner. When producer Adam finishes typing, I think he's thumbs up, he's finished. So the winner is Lamarty. Lamarty, well done. So the competition is closed. Lamarty, you've won yourself all this swag stuff. So check out, wait for an official DM from Frontier, and then give us all your details, and we get this swag on the way to you. So well done, Lamarty. Congratulations. All that stuff is now yours, which now this leaves us free to talk about Elite Dangerous.
Well, yeah,
so Zach, where are we at with Elite Dangerous? What's happening? What's going on?
Oh, what's happening? So much is happening.
Lots happening, yeah.
So tomorrow, let's start with what's happening sort of right now. So tomorrow, Elite Dangerous Ascendancy launches. So we've had a lot of really great feedback from our sort of content creators and players who've been watching the early access for the past few weeks. So we've made some tweaks to address some of that feedback. And I think the main thing that, we've made a few tweaks, but I think the main thing that we want to, talk about today is that we are definitely reducing the enemy power NPC hostility when you're in their territory. So we're going to dial that quite far back, unless you're in a stronghold system.
Yes, if you are in a stronghold system, please expect to still be attacked, because that is a stronghold system, and they will not be taken too kindly to some of a rival power being in there. And yes, we have dialed it right the way back. But I think, as we discussed earlier, we're going to stress this. We have dialed it all the way back. We are going to be watching. We will probably expect to dial that back up slightly once we've got some more stats come in. But we just want you to actually engage with the system, see how you get on with Power Play 2.0 without getting murdered every 5 seconds by very zealous NPCs.
Very enthusiastic NPCs. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Elite Dangerous Ascendancy is a free update, and that comes with Power Play 2.0, which is our rework of the Power Play system. So really encourage you all to give that a go, especially if you haven't played Power Play before. It's much more engaging and sort of accessible for someone who's new to the system.
Yeah. It also gives you an idea. Like sometimes if you join Elite and you're not sure what to do or where to start, pledging to a power gives you that kind of direction, right? That you want to pledge that power and start moving. It's much easier.
E o próximo, dois eventos.
That's really beneficial for that is the sort of weekly tasks that are now there. So if
Hoje
you
as datas
pledge
já
to a
vai
power,
ser o
you'll
próximo
have
evento.
a
Só um
set of
segundo, galera.
tasks that will earn you merits, and they sort of give you some guidance as to, if you log on for the day and you say, oh, what do I want to do? I've got an hour to play maybe. Perfect set of tasks for you to do there.
Excellent.
But also coming tomorrow as part of Ascendancy is finally the Mandalay.
The Mandalay. Early access will start tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so the early access for the
dia
Mandalay will start tomorrow.
27.
This is a new exploration ship from Sorgon Peterson for
o
those of
próximo.
you who aren't aware. But we've also got for you today a sort of sneak peek look at the
E a
trailer
outra
of the
no
Mandalay,
dia
which
do
is going to go
Natal,
live tomorrow
25.
on YouTube, etc. But for those of you kind enough to tune in, we thought we'd give you a sneak peek
Então,
of what I think is probably
27
the
e
best
25.
ship trailer.
Like
São os
We've
dois
ever made.
últimos, são os dois últimos eventos da Frontier.
Let's have a look.
Então, 27 de novembro e 25 de dezembro, hein? Os dois últimos eventos da Frontier. E esse é o primeiro ano, galera, que eu não tomo férias no canal, hein? De um mês. É o primeiro ano que eu não tomo férias, por quê? Eu sempre adianto algumas coisas, vai ficar um mês de férias. Tá na Epic Games também esse jogo, hein?
There we go. That is a wonderful trailer. Well done to the team that put it together. They're always good. They're always good, but they just every time.
Yeah,
That's,
so
great.
just incredible. I mean, special shout out to James on the creative service team who sort of led on this one. He's done a fantastic job. I saw a few people in the chat who said pretty Voyager-like, one of the inspirations. A few people saying they got goosebumps. This is like, when I was going through the process of reviewing this, it was like, I don't think I've ever worked on something here where I've had goosebumps in the sort of creative process of something. And yeah, this trailer was definitely that. So yeah, the Mandalay is here tomorrow for ARX Early Access. And as well as obviously the Mandalay itself, we're going to have some cosmetics for it. So I think you've seen already for the Early Access program, the sort of stellar edition of the Mandalay, but we've also got some sort of just images that producer Adam can sort of run through. Just to show some of the paint jobs that are going to be available. And the ship kit you're seeing here is the one that's included in the Stellar, but it's the alternate variation. So it's the sort of alternate pieces of the ship kit that aren't applied by default. So as producer Adam is sort of sifting through, if you're in the market for a really nice look for your Mandalay, there's going to be some good options for you tomorrow as well.
She is a good looking ship. Very good looking ship. Like I say about all of them, they've all been different. I mean, the Python was just like, woof. Yeah. And I really like how different the Type 8 was. This also is entirely different. These all look fantastic.
Yeah. That's not it though in terms of cosmetics. So Power Play 2.0 is obviously a big thing in Ascendancy. Yep. So we want to also represent that and allow you to represent your superpowers, I guess, especially. So we've got some more paint jobs. I think producer Adam has got a video for you, which we'll show here. This is basically a sort of 4-tier system of paint jobs that you can get per superpower. These are available in the 4 variations across 5 specific vessels. So there's 20 paints in total. You can get that in a bundle. So you can obviously just get them individually if you just want one of these paint jobs, totally fine. But if you wanted to sort of, get the entire bundle, that's going to be a bit of a discount rather than you buying them all individually. So yeah, if you're someone super into power play, here's a nice way to represent your power as well. That's not it. More power play.
You're going to say there's a lot on this show, I think.
I feel like that's my catchphase, which is a good catchphrase.
Yeah, it's good.
More power play representation is coming in Ascendancy for cosmetics. So this is a brand new sort of ship cosmetic piece that we're adding to the game for Ascendancy, and that is banners. So these are power play banners, and these are going to be available for each of your powers. So as you can see here, this is my Mandalay with the Aisling representation. You can get these banners for each of the powers, and they're available. They're going to be available for every ship in the game.
Yeah, I really like these. I'm a really big fan of these. I remember when we saw these. This is months and months and months and months ago. And like, that is a very cool idea. Yeah, big fan of this.
Yeah, looks like chat like it as well. So yeah, as I said, available across every ship, and I believe if you buy the banner, I believe you can then apply that to every ship. So it's like a one-time sort of purchase for your power.
That's cool.
Yep. Even more.
Hang on, but that's not all,
right? That's not all. So Halloween, obviously tomorrow is Halloween. So right now we have a Halloween sale on the Elite Dangerous Game Store. And if you're looking for something a little bit spooky and a little bit free, if you've got your Twitch drops already and you want a nice decal to match, we've got a free decal as well for you to claim over on the store as well.
And you just go to store, pick this up, right? So,
it's 0 ARC, so you can just go on there and give that a claim.
Hang on, 0 ARC. So go and get this free decal, right? It's free. Yeah. There we go.
Yep.
Cool. All right, so there we go. So we're going to move on. I know people are itching for what else we've got to talk about. We've got a few more bits to go through. People ask us a lot about, ask you, when is the Type 8 going to release?
Sure, okay, yeah. So obviously, yeah, we've seen a lot of people ask about the credits release of the Type 8. So yeah, we'll confirm that is going to be coming to Odyssey owners for credits on the 28th of November. So that's 4 weeks, I believe, on the dot after the debut.
So
28th of November, in game. Right, Zach. We promised at the end of the last show we would talk very briefly, or we actually said we would announce what the next feature is, but we're going to do a little bit more. We're going to slightly talk through a tiny light touch overview chat, which is more than we said we were going to do. So please don't kill us, but I think it'll be enough to whet your appetite as to what the next feature is that's coming to Elite Dangerous. So I guess, Zach, without further ado, what is the next feature that we'll be bringing to Elite Dangerous?
So, I'm happy to say the new feature that we're adding to Elite Dangerous is System colonization. Looking directly at the camera. So this is going to give us a sort of
Colonização
player-led,
com
free-form
quer dizer que tá
expansion in the galaxy. And I think the real sort of takeaway
ele vai
from this is
explorar a
that the bubble
galáxia,
is no longer going to be static. So pretty big
Very,
deal.
very exciting.
quer
to
competir
get
de
this, on the
cheio
go.
com
I guess without going, we're not going to go into massive amounts of detail. We're going to go
o
into
Cyton
we'll
Filter.
probably have a couple of guests on as well to
Filter
go
não,
through stuff and some videos and that sort of stuff.
jogo
But
lá
just
da,
light touch, how does this work?
da
Sure,
Microsoft.
So, think of it on
que
the sort of
faliu.
galactic scale.
Yep.
So players will be able to
E o
colonize
jogo lá que
unpopulated
tá no
systems that they
PlayStation, esqueci o
find
nome
within
dele.
reach. So you can't obviously find a
Tem de
you
viajar
can't
pelos
just take a
planetas.
system that's currently has sort of a human civilization there. You have to find a system that doesn't currently have human population. And when I say within reach, there'll be a sort of certain limit which we'll cover at a later date. So you can't just sort of
Já vou
fly
dizer
straight to
qual é
the
o
other
nome
end
do
of the
jogo já.
galaxy and colonize
Yeah.
straight away. You know, there's
You
a
need
bit of a
Deixa eu
limit there.
dar a live deles aqui.
But yeah, so you find the new system, and then basically once you have that system, once you've claimed that system as your own, you'll then start to build an establishing starport in that system.
Yeah.
We'll obviously talk more about how that works next month as well. But then once you've done that, you'll then be able to go in and expand that system. So you'll be able to sort of place things like some of the existing sort of assets that you're familiar with within Elite
Eu dou minha
Dangerous.
opinião antes de
And
fechar a
sort of
live também, né?
settlements and
Rapidinha
starports.
também.
You're going to have a bit of a
Mostro e ainda falo
plethora of
pouquinho.
tools to work with in terms of the sort of things that you can place within that system, right?
Yeah. And you can also dictate the economy of that system as well, right? But what those facilities and stuff you pop down will dictate the economy of that system.
Yeah,
which is really, really
100%.
cool.
So like the type of settlements and things that you're placing in your system will affect the economy.
And for those out there that want to, create an empire, can you have more than one system, Zach?
You can. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a lot of commanders who've got the plate full with just the one system. But yes, if you're the kind of person that does want to create their own
part of a
empire,
group?
yeah, or a group of players, you can have more than one system. So you do need to at least complete that primary starport in your current system that you're working on before you can claim another one. But in theory, you could daisy chain systems to reach a destination. So if you do have that sort of system that you've loved forever in Elite Dangerous, but it's quite far away, you can sort of,
Work your way towards it.
Work your way towards it. You can build, basic systems, and then get over there and sort of build out your real sort of home, I guess, over in that system.
Cool. And obviously, Ascendancy launches tomorrow. We said this before. I think I was quoted for saying dovetail. I really need to watch what I'm saying. However, I am correct in what I said this time. Powerplay 2.0 dovetails lovely into this, doesn't it? So how does this sort of fit with Powerplay 2.0?
Yeah, sure. So players who are sort of really engaging in Powerplay 2.0. So what you can sort of take advantage of this is you can sort of colonize a system. And then you can then push your chosen power into that system, right? So if you're not necessarily somebody that wants to fight or do sort of head-to-head combat with other players or other powers, and this might be a really nice way for you to expand your power's influence within the game. You can just go out there and sort of create new systems and civilizations for them. And I think something to sort of point out is that each system will have a value associated to it. So we know in Elite Dangerous, every system is unique, to some extent, and that will be represented within system colonization, which we'll talk about later on.
Yeah.
But there'll be sort of reasons too, and you want to go for this system or this system. But unlike Powerplay, so system architects, which are what we are nice
Lembrando
for the players
vocês
that sort of own or claim the system. You
assim que
kind of
tiver
have a
esses
direct
eventos assim
impact
deles,
on
eu vou
the
estar trazendo
placement of
assim
your
que
starports,
possível, que for
planetports,
possível.
settlements, that kind of thing, which we'll go into more specifics on how that works.
Yeah.
Lembrando, amanhã
there's a
sai
lot
mais
already, and we did say it's a
capítulo
light touch. This is slightly more than a light touch we're going into. But how does, I
jogo.
think it's obvious, but how does this impact in
É porque bala de aqui no canal amanhã, hein?
2.0? Sorry, how does it impact players, sorry?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, it does obviously impact Powerplay 2.0. It impacts the players that are going to engage with this directly. So if you're sort of taking this on as a new sort of challenge within Elite, that's something you're going to sort of think about quite a lot. But I think it really fits into that sort of goal that we've had to allow players to sort of this year, that everything we've kind of added has been to allow players to shape the galaxy and shape the narrative of Elite Dangerous themselves, and really do that now on a galactic scale. I think one of the examples I really like to use when we've been talking about this is Colonia, right? And how Colonia, wouldn't it be really cool if Colonia is something that could now be created by the players,
Parte
and that story now is in your hands, really, to do what you want with.
It's really exciting. I think it's something that we've all discussed. And when we say we, honestly, me and you talking this here, Zach, but the development team are incredibly passionate about giving the players a tool to shape the narrative of the Galaxy and see what they do. We saw some of this with how we've gone about the Thargoid War. Players have their own impact on that and where they've been attacking and all that sort of stuff. But everything's been a step closer to giving the player the agency. So Power Play 2.0 allows players to do that. System colonization will allow players to expand and grow the bubble. The bubble will change forever after this is launched. So it's really, really cool, really exciting to bring this into the game.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think the fact that the bubble is going to change forever is actually going to drastically change how each player sort of engages with Elite Dangerous, especially if you're not engaging with this, right? You might, if you're a trader, there's going to be new trade routes open up for you. If you're an exploration player, you might have a new sort of hub further out than you're used to that you can sort of use as a home base before you go out into the black. So
it's super cool, super cool, and we have more to share. So we've just talked about it. Do you have any images you can share with us, Zach?
A couple. So as we said, we're going to talk more about this in the future, but just to sort of show you some bits that we've got. So if producer Adam can show the first image for us, this is a new sort of system colonization ship. So this thing will arrive as part of the system colonization process almost earlier on. This thing is massive. Huge.
Bigger than a dreadnought, bigger than a Farragut dreadnought. I think it's close to the size of a space station. I think when you, so. It's she big. She is very, very big, and she has a purpose, which we'll talk more about in the next stream. But what we're trying to get to is it's not just a feature. There are new things you've never seen before that are coming to the game. I think you've got the next image might be something we've never had in Elite before. So
yeah, we've got four more images. So producer Adam, feel free to cycle through these four. This is a space depot. So again, as part of the sort of process of system colonization, you're going to need somewhere to have sort of that hub where you sort of work on that. And this is a brand new thing within Elite Dangerous. This is a space depot, as you can probably see throughout the images. There's landing pads on there and things like that. And yeah, there is, as you said, there's more that we're not showing today.
We want to save something for a lot of something for next month. Where we got some guests on, we'll have some video footage of it. We'll show you what we're going to be doing. We were talking about sort of the release date and timings, all that sort of good stuff. But that was a very brief overview of the next feature, which is system colonization. I know you and I have been chomping at the bit to talk about it for a long time.
Yeah, it's surreal to actually talk about.
It's weird now because now it's out. We knew about this at the start of the year, but we were really conscious that it's why we're trying to get everything right. Like all these systems are galactic systems. Elite, as I know our players know this, but Elite is very unique in a sense that it's a one-to-one scale representation of the Milky Way galaxy, right? To implement something like Power Play 2.0 and system colonization, it's a huge undertaking. We don't always get it right, and we know that. We try to get it as close to being right as possible. So we do apologise about some of the delays we have, like with Power Play 2.0, but we are listening and we are trying to get this thing right, and I'm sure there might be some rough edges when it goes out, but we will always be listening to get it in there. Super, super excited to see players change the galaxy forever.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. But that's not all, Zach, is it?
That's not it. So yeah, we've got one more thing to talk about
One
today.
more thing to talk about. We said there'd be 4 ships this year, didn't we?
Yep.
Should we show them and tell them what the next ship's going to be? Actually, tell them first and then let's show them.
Sure, okay. So, hello everybody. The next ship is going to be the Cobra Mark V.
The Mark V. Now, can we see the Cobra Mark V, please, producer Adam? She's beautiful.
Oh, yes.
She's B-E-A beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
I don't want to talk to... I will absolutely ruin our flow here, but I say this all the time, but genuinely, this replaces the Chieftain for me for a number of reasons. And players are probably already seeing this, but... It's the cockpit, is the first new cockpit we've done, right?
Yep.
But
we'll get there. We'll get there.
Look at this ship, chat. Yep. Look at her.
Yep.
Zach, why did we pick the Cobra Mark V?
Sure. So as you all know already, we started this sort of wave of new ships with a combat ship, then we did a trade ship, then an explorer. So there was room there for a ship that sort of provided a sort of multi-role ship.
Yeah.
One that can do a decent, and I say a good job at everything.
Yeah.
So obviously the Cobra has traditionally done that. And we're coming up to the 10th anniversary of Elite Dangerous. The Cobra is probably the most iconic.
I'd say it's probably the most iconic.
iconic
Yeah.
ship
I know
in
people
Elite.
start on a sidey, but I think the Cobra is the ship you would say, right?
Yeah. So in recognition of that anniversary, it felt like the best time to sort of bring the Cobra back and give it that modern take, so that it can
Such a good looking ship.
so it can live alongside the new sort of wave of ships that we've got.
There we go. And I think we've guessed it already, but what size is the ship?
Yep, so as this is the year of medium ships, I saw somebody say the other day, so this is a medium ship. It's a little larger than the Cobra Mark III, but it is a medium.
Yeah, and why would you want, why would you, apart from the obvious, why would you want to have this ship?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of the Cobra Mark III, you're going to be a fan of this one. It's got obviously improved performance and stats, which we'll talk about at a later date, as we always do. But apart from that, I mean, it'll have the SEO capabilities that you would expect from a new ship. And I mean, look at it.
Look at it! Look at it!
Yeah.
Such a good looking ship. And what we were talking about it. Tell me about the look. Where did this look come from?
Sure. So Chris and the team, as always, have done a great job with this one. I think when they designed the Mark III initially, they stuck very closely to the original wireframe vectors from the sort of 1980s version of the game. And with the Mark V, they've done a similar thing, but what they've done is actually imagine what the Cobra would have looked like if David had a bit more polygons available on his BBC Micro when he was working on the original Elite.
Do you know what? It's really sweet, but also, and this is why I love this design, because all the ships, as we've said before, David is like the George Lucas of Elites, but all this stuff goes to David. So he would have looked at this and he would have understood the inspiration and he's approved it. So yeah, maybe this was what was in David's mind way back in 1980 when we looked at the Cobra. But it's a wonderful looking ship.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sort of simple, it's contemporary, it's cutting edge. And yeah, it's just, I think it's a really nice
swear
modern...
you could sell cars.
Yeah,
it's simple, it's classic.
I'm so used to selling
lines.
these ships at this point.
Look, let's talk about the cockpit.
Sure. I think the producer Adam can pull up there we go. So that is the cockpit. It is a new cockpit for the Cobra Mark V, and it gives us a chance to make some really meaningful changes compared to the Cobra Mark III. So as someone in chat has already pointed out, it's got a central pilot's chair, which is really nice.
Big fan of that.
Yep, it's got 2 multi-crew seats, and as you can you'll see when you get a shot from the inside, probably next month, but those sort of really wide, flat windows give you a great view.
So this is the thing, right? So when I was shown this, we are very lucky to see this ship made. It was either Curtis or it was Max was flying it, and the view from the cockpit, because obviously it's got the transparent bottom part of the cockpit as well, which you get in the Mandalay, where you look through the bottom as well. But it's the view, and he was flying through some ice rings, and he just tilted the Cobra Mark V, and I was like, my God, I'm in love with this ship. Like, it's beautiful, because the cockpit is where you live. But most of the 90% of the time you live in the cockpit, right? So it's such a great ship.
Yep. So yeah, that is the Cobra Mark V, and yeah, it will be coming this year.
There we go. So look, that's kind of all we've got time for on Elite. But can I have the wonderful Chantels can run back just so we can say goodbye? We're going to run past camera. We're going to do something that's terrible. We're going to do it anyways. There we go. Magic. Look, listen, it's been a great show. Really enjoyed today. It's been wild for many reasons. We've talked about a lot of stuff. We've gone through Planet Coaster 2 releasing next week, November 6th. We went and looked at a standalone water park to show that it was viable. We did a deep dive asset live, traveling between floors and talking to different people in the building. We talked about Planet Zoo. We gave a load of swag, and then we sat down with Zach and we talked about
Passado manhã,
we talked
então
about the
teremos
Mandalay
aqui no
coming
canal
tomorrow.
então.
We talked about Ascendancy coming tomorrow. We talked about the new feature for Elite Dangerous, which is system colonization.
Porque amanhã temos
more
o
about that next
Epic
month.
Ballet.
Premiered and showed off the brand new Cobra Mark V. I'm honestly, chat, I'm buzzing. This is such a great year for a Frontier fan to have been through. This year's been fantastic, and we're not finished yet. So listen, everyone, thank you so much as always for tuning in. I hope you grabbed your drops. I hope to see you on the streams throughout this coming week, and we'll see you on the next show, Wednesday, 27th of November. Love you all. Goodbye. Mwah.
Pausar espaço barra K, botão de menu submenu TV. TV. Pausar espaço barra K, botão de menu submenu. Reproduzir espaço
Muito bem,
barra
galera,
K.
chegamos ao final de mais um vídeo aqui no canal. Agradecemos a todos por me acompanhar nessa live de hoje marota. Nós vamos ficando por aqui. E nos vemos nos próximos vídeos. Valeu, falou e eu fui!
Twitch OBS Studio Edit. 11:28 para iniciar e interromper transmissão.